Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Valkyrie, and he's in the Des Moines, a tier 10 US cruiser. He's on Map Warriors Path in a 3-point domination game. It's, well, obviously a tier 10 battle, but there are some pure tier 8s mixed in. There is a carrier, thankfully only tier 8 carrier. And, well, he's already found an enemy Kleber that he's trying to shoot. Now, hitting those quick French DDs is not so easy, but he's got one good salvoing. Now, originally I think Valkyrie wanted to go to this island, a very good place for Des Moines, but he was sorta... Well, he ran into this Kleber on his way in, so now he's in the open, still trying to shoot a Kleber. Now, thankfully there aren't too many battleships here, because you really don't want to be a Des Moines in the open usually. Also, I think I personally would have damage count those two fires. I feel like if you're a cruiser, 2 fires might be worth damage comp. There is a Fletcher, but the Fletcher is gonna go behind this island, so it's a shame. Ah, he got a few hits in though, so that's lovely. Now he's popping Hydro. I mean, with the Fletcher around here, there are possibly torps coming his way. Even if they might not hit him because he's behind this island, they could be going for like Vento or the Halland, or could endanger some teammate there, so good Hydro. And now he's decided to pop Raider. This means the Fletcher is now visible, and I guess the Halland could shoot it. I'm not sure if the Halland is willing to engage on that. I'm not sure if anybody else has vision though. I mean, maybe that... yeah, probably not. There's an island between the Shimmer and them. But there are some shells flying for the Fletcher, so that's good. Now the Kleber is back. If you have like a French that's more or less broadside, then you can hit them quite reliably, I suppose, at 10 kilometers, but if this guy starts to maneuver more, then it's gonna be an issue. Now meanwhile, the friendlies have given up the A side for some reason. We have some ships there, but they are kinda mostly the 1 and 2 line. There is... actually, where is the enemy team? I mean, there are a few ships around, but there are lots of enemies that feels like they are missing, right? Meanwhile, a carrier coming in, so anti-air is doing its best to not shoot down planes, and, you know, there is going to be a drop. So there is a fighter plane in the air, there is a Des Moines, there is... even the carrier itself is here. That's actually interesting positioning for the carrier. Would work. Like, I mean, the friendly carrier is here in the midst of friendlies and has a massive island as cover, so I feel like this could work. Now he can help with his anti-air, and he has very short range travel time, so there are definitely advantages to the carrier's positioning. It just has to be careful if the enemy pushes through a side here. Oh, the Fletcher is down. That's good news. That's actually the first blood, and it took almost 5 minutes for him. Now, the carrier seems to be now going for the Kleber. If the carrier helps keep the destroyers in check, that would be nice. Now, there is still an Alaska problem, so the Halland can't just go in and camp. And I guess we see the enemy sorta here concrete to the north. It's interesting, right? The friendlies have this, the center, the enemies have A. And then C is where a huge battle is fought over. So that's another enemy destroyer dealt with, that's good. I'm not sure why the Tashkent isn't just going into A. There shouldn't be any... the Alaska's the only... there's nothing else hidden, right? So yeah, no, I guess the Tashkent is now going A, right? There is really no excuse for the friendlies to not have A, because the enemy ships that were there are even leaving. I mean, there is one destroyer, we don't know where it is, right? We know where the Kleber is, there's a Halland somewhere missing. I guess it's possible that the Halland is trying to defend A. But the Tashkent also is the loader. Now, meanwhile, Valkyrie has moved over to B to, like, shoot the newcomers from A. Well, I mean, he set the Pommern on fire, but it's a Pommern, you know. It probably wants to burn. I'm pretty sure if you looked closely enough, you could see somebody on deck there just, you know, grilling a bratwurst and having a beer. Now Valkyrie found a position... oh, I was just saying he isn't spotted, but... and then the planes arrive. But it was only a brief spotting. So, you know. Now the Pommen's done with its barbecue. Oh no, wait, he's going for seconds. He's going for seconds, okay. So, what's next? The friendlies have somehow lost a lot of ships in a very short time, yo. Now 3 destroyers and a battleship have fallen. The Tashkent is... Okay, so A is contested, which means the Halland's actually still in A. That could be a problem. Also, the carrier was just going for the Tashkent. That's also a problem, right? The Tashkent's not going to fight off a Halland and the carrier. At least I don't think it will. Now, the Yoshino and the Soyuz could help, but honestly, the way the Yoshino and the Soyuz positioned this entire game, I would not like... I mean... I probably wouldn't trust them. Let's put it like this. Meanwhile, Valkyrie is still trying to barbecue a Pommen. Or, well, help the Pommen have a barbecue, I guess. Let's put it like that. So, unfortunately, with all the friendly destroyers at sea gone, now the enemies take it. And... I mean, Valkyrie could turn around, basically, and then raid the sea. But he currently has ships to shoot it, and whenever I feel like he's, you know, he's protected by the islands, planes appear. But they are gone again. Now, currently, the Soyuz and the Yoshino are actually now pushing into A. This could be interesting. The problem, of course, is the Soyuz doesn't really have tools to deal with Halland. That's where the friendly carrier could come into play, but I'm not sure if the friendly carrier realizes it, that there is a Halland in A. Because, and I mean, it's a Halland. As a T8 carrier, I can understand that. Okay, let's be honest. As a T8 carrier, you can still drop a Halland and spot it, but you lose all of your planes in the process. But you can still do it. And it could just be enough. Now, the Tashkent is moving out, though. Right? He waited until he had help. So it looks like the Soyuz and Yoshino are actually helping. Right? They are now in a position where they could help. So the Tashkent is now going for the spot. With the added firepower to back him up. And oh, there is the Halland. That's interesting. Meanwhile, Valkyrie is still just here in a central position defending B and just trying to set stuff on fire. Now the Lexington is, well, see, the positioning of the Lexington looked good a few minutes ago, but I think this guy's in trouble. Now, honestly, I wouldn't mind if Valkyrie would have pushed more towards C, because we know that there is, oh wait, that is, no, there's no destroyer there anymore. But C is where they're going to get overrun. Then again, like as a Des Moines, you can't really stand against the pushing battleships, I guess. Now that Halland has been dealt with, by the way, so the friendlies are now the only one who have a destroyer left. That's good news. And if they actually flip A, then the friendlies will hold 2 capstans. They also have more points, currently 1 more ship. Although I think that Lexington is gonna go down soon. So there is something inside B. Valkyrie pops his radar and there is a Monarch, and so he decides to bail. So the carrier has already fallen. This side is getting overrun, and Valkyrie is trying to get out of here before... Well, okay, it's just a Monarch, but... if a Monarch shoots AP in your broadside, it's still gonna hurt. Okay, so enemy Pommen has been dealt with. The Lexington with its last breath took the Pommen with it. Now, this Monarch is still sort of an issue. We have the Vento pushing in. Now we could really use some reinforcements from the left side. At some point the Riga joined those 3 there. Now I like that the left-hand force finally has taken A, but maybe they should now be looking more towards the center instead of, I don't know. It looks like they are contemplating chasing a Minnesota to the B line. Now Valkyrie is desperately trying to find shots over this island. Hopefully, probably... Nah, he can't stay undetected, the Monarch is just pushing in. Now Monarch's showing broadside, he's switching to armor piercing. And it should be some good damage. The guns aren't pointing his way, so he doesn't have to be worried about any retaliation, and ship is still. Now there are Alaska and Amagi and a Hindenburg though, who might be very interested in some Des Moines booty. And okay, maybe the Alaska isn't interesting. I guess the Amagi is the most concerning of the three. So Valkyrie has managed to set a fire, and I mean, you know. And Alaska as a battle cruiser is obviously a good target to burn down, potentially. It might also be a good armor piercing target, considering the Alaska isn't... I mean, if it turns a little bit more, you could see some potential there for armor piercing. Might even give it a try. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the minimap, he is still pretty angled. Not sure, even with the good penetration angles of the Des Moines, I'm not sure how well that would have worked. Anyway, I mean, you know, he's doing some good damage. So overall, still pretty close game, right? The friendlies have one more ship and I have a few more points, but there is still like 7.5 minutes to go, so this could change. So Valkyrie has decided to go for the Amagi. Is keeping an eye on the Alaska. Like if the Alaska comes around here, Valkyrie could end up in a crossfire. Now it depends on what this Vento is going to do. It looks like he might just be going for the ram, but you know, he was too low health for that. Now if the Alaska comes around here, Valkyrie will have all trouble angling against the Alaska and the Amagi. There are some islands though. And it looks like the Amagi wants a piece of Des Moines. It looks like Valkyrie is going for concealment here. He's stopped firing. He is keeping an eye out on the potential Alaska to arrive. Well, we just lost the Tashkent, that's a shame. So the Yoshino is chasing the Minnesota to the A lane. The Soyuz is for some reason still inside the A camp. I think, I don't know, like the Soyuz crossing the 4 line might be a record in this battle. I don't think he's ever been so far towards the center of the map. I'm not even sure what he did, right? I mean, the Yoshino, like, when I last looked at A, I was like, I hope all of those ships aren't going to chase the Minnesota. And it looks like the Soyuz didn't, but it also looks like the Soyuz didn't move, like, the entire time, so... battleships. But hey, actually let's look. Soyuz, yeah, I mean, okay, at least he's taken a bit of damage so far. He isn't full health, that's something. Now the friendlies are one ship behind. They still technically have the points lead, but I feel like this Alaska is soon gonna arrive at B. The Alaska is pretty low though, so Valkyrie could decide to radar and finds the Alaska. Also, Valkyrie has a problem, he can't really come around here, but the Amagi might farm him. I don't think he can lob shells over this piece of the island here. So... he would have needed to be a little bit further, but yeah, he would need to be a little bit further away from the island to lob shells here. And repositioning like that will take quite a bit of time. Going around here is a risk. I could go around here and just face the Amagi. But then what happens if the Alaska shows up? Also, I mean, you know, battleship can go through his nose. Just nose tanking the Amagi is not gonna work. Well, I mean, it will work if RNG is on your side. Personally, I think I would have just gone for it. Like, the Soyuz is taking a bit of a beating there, right? It looks like it needs the help. It's not gonna win against the Amagi by itself. So I think the Alaska is a bit of a potential issue, but I think I would have just gone in and risked it. As long as the Soyuz is still alive. Because I'm not sure if this situation will get any better. It depends on what the Amagi is going to do, I guess. But like, for example, if the Amagi decides to push... Well, okay, like... if you get... Yeah, now the Soyuz is gone. If you get a good broadside with armor piercing against the Amagi, it's going to be nice. But if the Amagi is that close, you could still, like, go through your nose and so on. Anyway. So Valkyrie has found some shots against the Alaska. That's good news. I mean, if he can get rid of the Alaska, it would make it easier to face the Amagi, I guess. So the Riga is going in, and the Riga went full broadside towards the Amagi. Now that's not something you wanna do, right? Like, if you go around this, you need to go around in an angle that's... that you come around with the nose towards the Amagi, right? Okay, so the Alaska has moved out. At least that means he can farm the Alaska. He's probably gonna slow down here. The Amagi is behind an island now, so currently I think it'd be safe to go forward. Yeah, the Amagi is still going forward. It's 2 against 4 now, though. Now, as I've said, I think multiple times in the last minutes, yes, Amagi can overmatch your nose. So technically, even if your nose in against Amagi, it could delete you, but it needs a bit of good RNG there. I personally, I felt like while the Soyuz was still alive, I would have, I think, gone around and tried to face the Amagi. If it would have come with a risk. But I feel like, you know, the friend is now lost the Riga and the Soyuz. So, it was also not ideal. Now we have a Hindenburg. This is gonna be tricky because, you know, Hindenburg has torpedoes. So if that Hindenburg just comes in here, nose in, and gets close enough for the torps. I mean, okay, if the Hindenburg just goes broadside, that's going to be amazing. Now the Hindenburg goes broadside here to torpedo, I guess, but why? Why would you do that, right? The Hindenburg can just charge nose in and then when he's really close, just torp. So to like not eat all this armor piercing damage on his way in.
The ship is on fire.
Valkyrie going there for then, oh, his gun has been slightly damaged there. Yeah, there are torps coming and, well...
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
So Valkyrie got him with the fire and Valkyrie got taken down with the torpedoes. The Hindenburg has finally risen up. Like, if the Hindenburg had done this from the beginning, like instead of this zigzag where he showed broadside, slowed down his approach and for whatever reason, if the Hindenburg had just come nose in, charged in, got close and then torped, this would have been well, this would have been a problem. Let's put it like this. Okay, the camera finally allowed me to unlock it. So basically what we have now is we have a 1 against 2. The Yoshino is not the healthiest ship anymore in the game. Neither is the Shokaku. So we need... Vladimir friendlies have a points lead, but they don't really have a cap that losing points anymore. B is contested, the enemy still has A and C, and there is still 40 seconds to go. So we need the Yoshino to sink the Shokaku and then survive. So he's going towards the Shokaku to avoid the Shokaku from, like, escaping. That's good. Shokaku survived at salvo, that's not good. But the Amagi here is back. There is, I think, no way that the Yoshino is going... What's Yoshino concealment? Probably not good enough, right? But there is only 15 seconds remaining. Now all the Yoshino has to do is survive 15 seconds. Probably nose in against the Amagi, not turn too much, not turn too much. You don't want to show broadside, no you don't want to torp here, you need to survive. Yeah, he's going to survive. Here we are with the results, and that was a very close victory there. Valkyrie did pretty well, earning himself 2,556 base experience. Good job, good job. He achieved a high caliber, and it's just a flesh wound, scoring 207,000 points of damage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.